Why I installed hidden cameras in my Airbnb and what I found still haunts me. When I started renting out my spare bedroom on Airbnb, it was just a side hustle. I live in a quiet suburb, modest house, steady job in software support, nothing special. Most guests were harmless. Business travelers, visiting couples, the occasional backpacker. That changed 3 months ago when a man named Elliot W. booked a 2-week stay. At first, he was the ideal guest. Polite, quiet, always paid early. He even brought a bottle of wine on his first night and thanked me for hosting, but little things started to feel off. He always kept the blinds shut, even during the day. I'd hear muffled voices through the walls, though he'd insist he was alone. The strangest part? Every morning at 3 a.m., my Wi-Fi router would spike in activity, flooding with outgoing data packets. I assumed it was some background sync until I checked the logs. Terabytes of encrypted traffic routed through an unknown overseas server. Then came the smell, faint chemical, metallic, like ozone and bleach. It lingered around his door. When I asked, he smiled tightly and said he was working on a personal project. That night, I noticed my hallway. Motion sensor light flick on at 2:47 a.m. The camera feed showed nothing, just the faint outline of his door slowly closing. My gut screamed that something was very wrong, so I did something I never thought I'd do. I installed hidden cameras. One in the hallway smoke detector, one in the kitchen clock, and one facing the basement door. For 3 nights, nothing. Then on the 4th, I woke to the faint sound of footsteps above my room. Elliot wasn't supposed to be on the 2nd floor. When I checked the feed, my blood ran cold. He was in my office, wearing gloves, methodically going through my desk drawers, photographing every document, even my family photos. He moved like someone who'd done this many times before. I froze, afraid to confront him alone. The next morning, he acted completely normal, cheerful, even asking if I could recommend a local coffee shop. That's when I decided to dig deeper. His profile photo looked oddly generic. I ran it through a reverse image search, stock photo, his phone number traced to a burner. The Elliot W. reviews on Airbnb, all from newly created accounts, each with broken English and identical phrasing. Very good guest, respectful and clean. I called Airbnb's trust and safety team. They promised to look into it, but before they could, Elliot vanished. Left without checkout, no goodbye, just gone. He'd taken the spare key and left his room spotless, except for one thing, a single USB drive taped under the bed frame. When I opened it on an isolated laptop, there were hundreds of folders, each named after different addresses, some from my city, others across the country. Inside each folder, scanned IDs, passports, tax forms, family photos, even footage from other Airbnb's security cameras. I realized then he wasn't a guest. He was scouting homes, mapping them. I took everything to the police. They discovered Elliot wasn't even his real name. He was part of a specialized burglary network that used short-term rentals to access houses legally, study layouts, collect digital identities, and plan future break-ins. Each guest was assigned a new alias, fake reviews, and a regional target list. Over the past 3 years, they'd hit over 60 homes across 6 states. The stolen data was used to file fraudulent mortgages, sell personal information on dark web markets, and even target victims while they were away on vacation. Vacations planned with the very host recommendations the guests had innocently asked for. The most horrifying discovery came from a police tech report. My house had been marked Tier 1, accessible owner, high-value data. The footage showed Elliot setting up a hidden transmitter behind my router to monitor my network long-term. They eventually caught him in Colorado, renting another house under yet another name. When questioned, he said the same phrase to detectives: "People give away everything if you just smile and ask for Wi-Fi." It's been months since, but I still unplug my router every night. I can't shake the feeling that someone else will book again. Polite and charming, just looking for a quiet place to work. Now I only rent to friends, and even then, I check the attic before I sleep.